Rightio, welcome back to Lockdown Golf, day number 12. And again, it is still about the overhead deep squat assessment. Today we're going to look at the upper body and see how that contributes to a lack of mobility that can be present with the overhead deep squat. So again, to recap, the overhead deep squat test, simply placing the club on your head, feet shoulder width apart, pushing that club right above your head and then squatting down, trying to keep that club right above your head. Now I'm a bit stiff in my shoulders, so you'll see when I squat down, the club tends to come forward just a bit. I really want to try and keep that up above my head, but if I do so, you can see that my lower back arches out quite a bit. Now that will be because I've got some stiffness through my upper back. So today, it's all about trying to give you some exercises to increase thoracic extension and also a bit of shoulder mobility, or the tightness in what we call our lats muscles, technically known as latissimus dorsi. Now, to do this, there's some equipment that you may have lying around. So I'll show you two stretches first of all, using a foam roller and a Swiss ball. So for those of you who don't have that equipment, don't worry, I'll give you some alternatives in a minute. But first of all, let's go through the exercises using that. So a foam roller, to increase our thoracic extension, all we have to do is to get on that foam roller and have that foam roller sitting pretty much between our shoulder blades. And then what we're going to do is get our hands behind our back, or our head, sorry, and then try and extend back through our thoracic spine. Now I don't want you arching through your lower back. It's important that you activate your abdominal muscles here to almost do a little bit of a pelvic tilt like we did in our first video, and keep that engaged as you then try and extend back. What I feel here is I feel a tightness in through the back of my shoulder blades where my upper back is bending into extension. Now you can go on and off with this stretch, okay? Or you can hold it again as a stretch for 30 or 40 seconds. This is a really good one for those of you who are probably stuck in front of a computer at the moment, working from home, because you'll tend to be sitting here like this. What it does is it gets you into that opposite position and stretches that thoracic spine right out. So here's the first exercise using a foam roller. But if you don't have a foam roller, I'm sure you've got a couple of towels. And what you can do here is if you roll up one towel and then roll up the other around it, you put that on the ground, guess what? You've got your own foam roller for this exercise anyway. Again, putting it in between your shoulder blades and trying to extend back over it. Okay. Now for those of you who want to keep a foam roller for most of the lockdown period, I'd suggest then trying to find some duct tape or something and wrapping that around a couple of towels, and that'll keep them nice and tight. So there's the alternative for a foam roller. So that's the first exercise for today. The second exercise, if you've got tightness in through your shoulders or your lat muscles, it's really important that we try and stretch those out. So for those of you who've got a Swiss ball lying around, this is a great exercise for your lats. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get onto the ground. We're going to sit back onto our heels if we can. Okay, if you can't quite get back onto your heels, then what you can also do is use your foam roller just to take yourself out of that position while you sit there, okay? But if you can get back, we're going to come down into a position here where our shoulders are stretched up by our ears. Then when we get here, we're simply going to roll the ball over to one side, and you should feel a really good stretch happening down this part of the back and shoulder. And again, you can go on and off with that, or you could hold it as a stretch. Now some of you may get some pain in through the top of the shoulder here. It's important with all of these exercises, all of these videos that I'm doing, if you get pain and restriction, look, please comment. I can hook up with you through a Telelink consultation if there are problems with your shoulders, and we can give you some further specific exercises to try and help. So don't be shy, we are still here to help you through this lockdown period. Now, if you don't have a Swiss ball happen to be lying around or sitting unpumped in your hallway cupboard, then a chair. You should have one of those at home, I hope. Same thing can happen sitting back onto our heels, reaching our arms nice and forward, but this time we can't move the chair, we have to move our arms. So I'd move my arms over to one corner of the chair, and then I get that same stretch happening through that left shoulder of mine. Okay? So there's a couple of simple stretches to try and help you increase your overhead deep squat. So yesterday we worked on the lower body, working on any mobility issues through here. Today we worked on the shoulders and the thoracic spine. Tomorrow, if you find that you've got good mobility through your upper back, you've also got good mobility through your ankles, and you're still having problems doing an overhead deep squat, we'll talk about some other factors that may be contributing to you. Okay, so welcome. We'll get back tomorrow, and you're welcome to join me again on Lockdown Golf.